So with it being all caps day, I was going to make a joke by just starting this episode off screaming and yelling. But I'm not actually recording this episode from home, and there are other people around, and I do not want them to be able to hear me yelling through the walls. So instead, we're just going to be normal volume, and just know that I was going to make a joke, but didn't out of respect. So the joke is still there, it still exists, but I no longer made it. And there we go. Just roll the intro, Peter. Alright, hello and welcome to the 23rd episode of the National Holidays Podcast. I am your host, Noah Mandow, and as mentioned before the intro, it is International Caps Lock Day. Celebrated October 22nd and June 28th. Interesting. It's a holiday that needs 2 days on the calendar to be given its due. Weird. This is definitely a first for this show, finding a holiday that is celebrated at 2 different times in the year. Huh. Software developer Derek Arnold created the original day to poke fun at typographical conventions, but it became the day we provoke internet friends and colleagues and raise awareness that writing in all caps is not proper etiquette. Arnold added the second day in honor of Boardwalk bred Billy Mays, the as-seen-on-TV pitchman who worked with his volume up. So push the caps lock key down and give somebody a shout-out. Nice. That was smart writing there. 1874, Remington introduces the typewriter, featuring the first QWERTY keyboard, invented by Christopher Latham Scholes and Carlos Glyden, and it types only in uppercase letters. Ooh. 1878, the Remington No. 2, which can type in both uppercase and lowercase. Nice. 2009, Derek Arnold adds June 28th as a second caps lock day to the calendar in honor of the late loud OxyClean pitchman Billy Mays, who always delivered his pitches in a voice that sounded as though the caps lock was stuck in his throat. And in 2015, the Protecting Company, or Corporation, a workplace risk assessment firm in the UK, compiles a list of reasons for terminations that include sending emails to customers in all uppercase letters using a font in lilac. Oh, that's sweet. 5 facts about the keyboard that will blow your mind. The keys used most are the delete key, the space bar, and the letter E. Early typewriter keyboards substituted a lowercase l and an uppercase O for the numbers 1 and 0. Interesting. There are keyboards made for the left hand only and for the right hand only. In 2009, Datamancer made a keyboard of Scrabble tiles, and a chorded keyboard or key set allows you to form characters by pressing several keys together, as in playing chords on a piano. Oh, that's nifty. Next, we have National Nut Day. It was created by Liberation Foods Company to encourage the public to choose healthier snack options. This is your day for nutty fun. Ooh, I do like a good trail mix with nuts and fruits, but usually they also have like bits of chocolate and stuff in them, so that kind of ruins the healthy aspect. 1890, a St. Louis doctor discovered that he could help his orthodontia patients by using peanut butter. Wow. Late 1800s, although we associate macadamia nuts with Hawaii, they were originally grown in Queensland, Australia, and are eventually brought to Hawaii in, yes, the late 1800s. In 1900, when there's an explosion of demand for peanut oil, peanut butter, and roasted salted peanuts, they are no longer seen as a nut only good enough to be eaten by the poor. Fair enough. And 1916, the basic drawing for Mr. Peanut is created by a 13-year-old boy who wins $5, and that's for Planter's Peanut. We got some stats. Nearly 88% of people surveyed responded that they like or love nuts. 4% say that they hate nuts, and 19% picked Planters as their favorite brand. There you go. Ooh, and there's a lot of stats for this. Oh my goodness. What's your favorite brand of nuts? I don't care about the brands. I want to know what people's favorite types of nuts are. But that's apparently... Oh, here we go. People's favorite is walnuts, and then cashews and hazelnuts and peanuts are all pretty much tied. Then we got water caltrop, which I don't even know if I've ever heard of that, tied with pistachio. And then we have almond, pecan, macadamia, pine nut, and macadamia. I don't know why there's 2 different macadamias, but they're all basically tied. And at the very bottom are Brazil nuts and chestnuts. The more you know. On to International Stuttering Awareness Day. something that I do very constantly on this podcast. Stuttering is a communication disorder in which repetitions or abnormal stoppages of sounds and syllables break the flow of speech. There may also be unusual facial and body movements associated with speaking. International Stuttering Awareness Day shines a helpful light on stutterers and educates the public about the cause. In 1941, in her book I Was Winston Churchill's Personal Secretary, Phyllis Moore mentioned that Churchill grew up with a stutter. In 1947, Malcolm Fraser founded what is now known as the Stuttering Foundation of America. In 2010, King George VI took years of speech therapy from an Australian actor to overcome his stutter and gain confidence in public speaking. And in 2015, the British government announced the Defence Stammering Network to support troops with a neurological condition. Amazing. There we go. National Color Day is up next. Gives you a chance to stop and reflect on the relationship we share with the colors that surround us and the innumerable ways in which they impact us. How long has it been since you stopped by a garden to admire a yellow sunflower or gazed at the deep blue sky? We invite you to celebrate the power of colors today. Sir Isaac Newton discovers the visible spectrum of light and studies the impact of color for the first time in the year 1700. In 1810, artist Johann Wolfgang von Goethe explores the psychological aspects of colors and lays the foundation for the color theory. In 1870, French photographer Jules Debosc invents the colorimeter, to measure the wavelength observed by a particle. And in 1898, American painter Alfred Munsell invents the photometer to measure luminescence, aka the color value of an object. Luminance, even, not luminescence. Very, very different things. According to a study, blue is the world's most popular color, with 40% of people picking it as their favorite. Red is the first color that an infant can see, as it has the longest wavelength. Ah. The color pink relieves anxiety and stress because of its calming effect and palliative qualities. Fixing your gaze on the color yellow can cause nausea, whereas staring at green colors can calm your mind. And bulls can't even recognize the color red, let alone be triggered by it. It's the movement of the muleta that angers them. So when people think that it's like the red flag, it's just the movement of the thing, not actually the fact that it is colored red. And finally, we have Smart is Cool Day, which has a picture of someone in glasses, who I guess is smart, and I guess is therefore also cool, be it October 26th, Smart is Cool Day. It recognizes, appreciates, and celebrates being smart. For decades, mainstream media has portrayed smart people as being weird individuals with thick glasses and no personality. Oh, the person in this picture has actually pretty thin glasses, to be honest. However, a smart person is so much more than a sidekick who only exists to provide some last-minute advice. They are people with rich, interesting lives and stories worth sharing. Who knew? As someone with glasses, I'm allowed to make that joke. 1850, Sir Francis Galton and Paul Broca delve into the idea of measuring human intelligence for the first time. In 1904, psychologists, Alfred Binet and Theodore Simon develop the first test to measure children's mental capacity. 1917, American eugenicist Robert Yerkes introduces IQ tests to scour army personnel for World War I, and 1940s psychologist Raymond Cattell introduces the concepts of fluid and crystallized intelligence to IQ tests. What is fluid and crystallized intelligence? I've never even heard of that. Also, this seems really weird because none of this has to do with the fact that, like, smart is cool. It's just talking about how people being smart is. Smart is Cool Day is observed to change the perception about smart people. It's cool to be smart and it's fun to know things. Dedicating a day to all the smart folks amongst us is a great way to celebrate their gift. It also serves as a motivation for everyone to become the best version of themselves. Yes, be smart and be cool. Ooh, creativity counts. Yes. An IQ test measures divergent production, thoughtful reasoning, and pattern detection, all of which are a part of the creative process. Oh man, being creative is the best. That's why this podcast exists, because creation. So now we're going to go on to some birthdays for today. First, we have SS Sniper Wolf, or just Sniper Wolf. I don't know how her name is supposed to be said. She is turning 29, and she is a YouTuber. According to Google, her most recent videos are about the dumbest people on TikTok, creative people on another level. And if I were not filmed, no one would believe it. And it looks like, oh my goodness, I can literally, the thing for the video is someone doing the honeycomb challenge from Squid Game. Everything is related to Squid Game these days on YouTube. Everything. Next we have 21 Savage, who is turning 21, no, they're turning 29. They're 29 Savage. They are a rapper who has songs like I Am is Greater Than I Was. Oh wait, no, that's the album name. the song name is A Lot. And then they have Bank Account and X, and those are what are shown here. We also have Roddy Rich, who's turning 23, who's another American rapper who has songs such as The Box, Down Below, and Late at Night, with albums like Feed the Streets 2, Feed the Streets, I suppose 1, and Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial. We also have Haley Sharp, who is a TikTok star, which means Google doesn't really have much. Sharp first went viral in 2019 when a video of her dancing to Michael Jackson's Smooth Criminal spread like wildfire. Since then, she has earned over 3.5 million followers who tune in for her dance and comedy videos. We also have Elias Harger turning 14, or Elias maybe. He's an actor from Fuller House, Felix, and The Treasure of Morga. That's several A's and one has an umlaut. I don't know how that's pronounced. A Song for the Living, and Information Superhighway. Whoa. We also got Jeff Goldblum, turning 69, American actor who is in movies such as The Fly, Independence Day, Jurassic Park, The Lost World, Jurassic Park, and in TV shows like Law and Order, Criminal Intent. I wonder if he played a criminal or not. Curious. The World According to Jeff Goldblum, The Legend of Sleepy... It's not loading. What is it? Could it be Sleepy Hollow? It is Sleepy Hollow, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. And What If? And by that regard, he was also in the Thor Ragnarok. That didn't actually show up here. There we go. Jeff Goldblum, everybody. We also have Jesse Tyler Ferguson, who's turning 46. He's an American actor, best known by me anyway from Modern Family. He's also in A Modern Farewell, which I guess was the end of that show. Extreme Makeover Home Edition and Ice Age Collision Course. I don't even know if I heard of that movie. I thought, is Collision Course the space one? Because I know they went to space at one point. Let's see. I'm actually going to look at this up, seeing as this video or this podcast is quite short at the moment. So we have some time here. Is Collision Course the one with space? Scrat accidentally sets off an asteroid to Earth while trying to get his acorn. However, Manny, Sid, and Diego must join forces with Buck to prevent the asteroid from wiping out their existence. That sounds space enough for me. And finally, we have Christopher Lloyd, who's an American actor from the Back to the Future movies, all three of them. He was also in The Addams Family, and recently he was in the movie Nobody. And for TV shows, he was in Taxi, Cyber Chase, Back to the Future. I guess they had a show. Oh, I didn't know that. And Expedition Back to the Future. Ooh. And he is turning 83, if I did not say that. I don't remember. And then we have some random Wikipedia stuff. So in 1383, the male line of the Portuguese House of Burgundy becomes extinct with the death of King Fernando, leaving only his daughter Beatrice. Rival claimants began a period of civil war and disorder. In 1879, using a filament of carbonized thread, Thomas Edison tests the first practical electric incandescent light bulb. It lasts 131 divided by 2. What? Oh, that probably says 13 and a half hours before burning out, but for some reason here it says 131 over 2. Who knows how that happened. And in 2019, same-sex marriage is legalized and abortion is decriminalized in Northern Ireland as a result of the Northern Ireland Assembly not being restored. For our random birth of the day in 1878, Jan, I don't know, Latik, an Estonian pastor and politician, the 9th Estonian Minister of Foreign Affairs, was born, who passed away in 1967. Latik was a pastor by profession and studied theology at Tartu University. He was also a writer of children's stories, which were written in Vuro dialect from southern Estonia. Latik was a member of the Estonian delegation to the League of Nations in 1921. And that's all we got for today. We're almost at the 15-minute mark, so hopefully with my outro, we'll just pass it. So I need to spend 30 seconds doing this outro. Yeah, so as always, stay safe. Stay nutty, I guess. That was one of them. We got nuts today. Yeah, unless I say stay caps locked, but that doesn't really make sense, and that's a terrible thing to say, because you want to be able to type in lowercase as much as you want. And yeah, you will be hearing back from me tomorrow. Ooh.